Hey, ninth grade. So just as towns were taking off and trade was prospering and crafts and merchants and economic ideas were taking off, we're also going to see a huge change in education in the late Middle Ages with the rise of universities. We'll see various curriculums develop, the trivium and the quadrivium. We'll see universities take off in Bologna and Paris and Oxford and places like that. And you'll read about those activities and how they're a little bit different than the universities that we have today. In my elbow, just like I was supposed to. We see philosophy and theology and scholasticism take off. Thomas Aquinas and different people leading that charge. He's called the Prince of Schoolmen, according to your book. We also see the scientific method take off with Roger Bacon. And so there are lots of big developments in the late Middle Ages as regards to the rise of universities, more and more of the population being educated. We need educated people in our towns. As towns grow, there's a need for people to be educated and actually know what they're doing beyond just farming techniques from the manor. And so we see life really explode in the late Middle Ages, paving the way for what will become the Renaissance and eventually the Reformation and exploration. And all of that because of the Crusades and opening up the world to those around them when they discover what's taking place in Palestine and being reintroduced to the Greek and ancient Roman classics that have been preserved either by monks or by the Muslims in Arabia. Another thing that we see develop is the vernacular. The vernacular will be the common language. So we see things written in Anglo-Saxon like Beowulf. We see things written in France like I've lost my way. Roland, Dante's Inferno, and his Divine Comedy. Geoffrey Chaucer is another, Canterbury Tales. And so it'll be important that we have writings now in our own language. We're moving away from the Latin language, and that too is moving away from the Roman Catholic Church. We also see some new techniques in architecture. Our thick castle walls with very small windows are being replaced by these grand, tall, Gothic churches with large windows, stained glass, flying buttresses. And there are pictures and examples in your book on page 242 as contrasted with an older castle with small walls as seen on page 231, and I think an even older one in a later chapter that gives you an example of that. So I'm going to have you read today and learn about these people and answer a few questions, reading pages 236 to 243. And then your activity for the day will be some questions on a little Quizlet. So hope y'all are doing well. I miss actually being in class and interacting with you. I hope that everyone is surviving being locked down. Thursday, we will have our quiz. And the quiz will cover the Crusades through the first two sections, the development of banking and trade and towns in the Middle Ages. Take care.